I know many of you ride because you are touched in some way by the wide reach of cancer. But whether you have a personal connection or not, all of you ride because you care, and people like me really appreciate that. The ride for me is important in so many ways. In January 2015, 2 days after my 27th birthday, I was doing what my family loves to do, and we were on the river on our small boat, enjoying a beautiful summer's day. I'd not been feeling well and had recently visited the GP. The phone rang and it was the doctor saying, I must go to emergency. It was a Saturday. I was thinking, do I have to go? But I did, so I went. I think I received the medical information being given to me then and later as discrete challenges. I saw them as individual hurdles that would each take a set amount of time to overcome, and then they'd be dealt with. First, this looked like a failed thyroid. Medication for life, not good but manageable. Then things progressed and I became a patient of the haematology department. Again, I thought, okay, not good, but treatment and recovery would be a few months. I decided to sign up to the ride, and I thought I would be over and done with and I'd be riding in October 2015. Then I became transfusion dependent, and it took 9 months before a full diagnosis, a blood cancer. The doctors were now talking about a treatment with a 2-year recovery timeframe. In those first few months, my health deteriorated rapidly. I stopped being able to work and socialise. I began to lose my sense of who I was. Effectively, everything fell apart. Somewhere during that time, I shifted from seeing this as a series of challenges that would be overcome in set periods of time, and started to recognise that the disease meant that life was to be lived day by day. It was about appreciating something every day. It was about being in the present and taking one step at a time. I like to work with facts and figures. For me, and many others, the realities of these diseases aren't always appealing. There was a 90% chance of treatment working, a 60% chance of getting out of the hospital considering the chemotherapy required, and a 30% chance of making it to 5 years. As challenging as these stats sound, they help me see the power of living life to the full, living for the other 70%. My treatment began in 2016 and involved 6 weeks in isolation in hospital. In the room with me was a bed and a bike, an exercise bike. If there ever was a message that I was meant to do the ride, that was it. I was tasked to get on the bike every day, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, most days too ill to do any time at all while staring out at the city skyline from the Fiona Stanley Hospital. I can assure you the feeling of freedom of riding a bike outdoors is something to treasure. Completing the 2016 ride became an enormous goal, a motivation that I'm very thankful for. And achieving it was the best feeling. Another thing that I like about the ride is that I really appreciate the yellow flag attached to the bikes of riders on their own journeys. It's a great symbol and it tells so much without having to say anything. What this journey has also given me is a real appreciation of the value of research. The chemotherapy program I was on was very new. It only come about because of medical research. It's a very big reason why I'm still here today. The ride also symbolises the kindness of people, the kindness of my family and friends, some who are having their own cancer battles today, have helped me in the past 2 years and have reflected in all of you riding and all of the people who have helped raise funds. I could not do the ride in 2015, even though I'd signed up. My uncle still completed the whole thing, here again for his 3rd ride. If I can give any of you a small gift today, is to say, enjoy the ride. The joy of being part of this amazing event, the Ride to Conquer Cancer. It brings us all together. It lets us share these stories. It helps fund medical research. It is a joy that everyone deserves to experience, cancer battler or not. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for making a difference.